What's up, YouTube? It's me, your boy, John Myers, hanging out in front of a bookshelf. And if you didn't catch my last episode, I'm the guy who doesn't read, who's now reading. If you're someone like me who always liked the idea of reading but didn't have the attention span to really retain anything, come along with me on a journey to figure out how to read. And honestly, just ignore the hate and start listening to audiobooks. Despite what they say, it's still reading. Audiobooks cracked the door open for me. And now I'm mixing it up, physical books and audio. So here are 10 books I'm genuinely excited about getting into this year. What's up, everybody? It's me, John Myers, as you know. First things first, my girlfriend has reminded me that I should remind you all that in the long term of this channel, it won't necessarily always be about reading. That's what we're kicking it off with. Reading books, different reading challenges, things like that. But in the long term, hoping to talk a lot about movies, TV shows, all sorts of things in the entertainment industry, and even do interviews as well. So stick around. If you're not into reading, the best is yet to come. We're gonna go through my TBR for 2026. These are the books that I plan to read or want to read in the year 2026. I'm sure I'll read others or try to at least. But this is what I'm hoping going into 2026. I split it up. So we got half physical copies and half audiobooks just to appease you haters out there. So for the first book, we have Cujo, which is a classic. I'm sure most people are familiar with. I've never even seen this movie. It's actually not a book that I ever even thought I would want to read, just because, you know, the situation with the dog, and I'm a huge animal lover. But diving more into research on Stephen King and looking into his books, it seems to be highly recommended. So I'm going for it. Also, my girlfriend just read it and she really enjoyed it. So I want to read, because I've already read Dead Zone, I want to start ticking my way through all the Castle Rock books. And this is the next one in line. Yeah, he wrote this in the 70s. Obviously rather old, but I bought this copy, which is, it has the vintage cover, but it's not actually like one of the first editions. They have a name for these when they like reprinted the original copies. God, I can't remember what they're called. It's like, oh, the book club edition. That's what this is. It's the book club edition. So that's first on my list. I'm currently reading 2 physical books and listening to 2 audiobooks. So once I'm done with Misery, I'll start this one, which is one of the physical books I'm reading. Next on my list is Fahrenheit 451. This, I feel like every good American should read this book, but I've never actually read it, and I don't really even know what it's about, to be honest with you. Let's read the first line here. 60 years after its original publication, Ray Bradbury's internationally acclaimed novel, Fahrenheit 451, stands as a classic of world literature set in a bleak dystopian future. Sick. I love post-apocalyptic. I love dystopian. So right there, I'm hooked. Guy Montag is a fireman. In another life, I was going to become a firefighter, so right there, I'm also hooked. And I think this is about a book burning. If I remember correctly from things I've heard in the past about this book. What's this book about? Babe, what's this book about? Is it about a book burning?
Essentially.
Yeah, it's about a book burning.
Metaphorical book burning.
A metaphorical book burning, whatever that means.
Where's
But
the back of the copy?
I read the first line. I don't know. Anyways, dystopian, firemen, I'm into it. American history here. Introduction by Neil Gaiman.
Relevant to the times.
Yeah. Anyways, Fahrenheit 451. It's only, how long? It doesn't seem very long. It's only 230, wait, is that the end of the, what is this? 1984 and all that. I don't know. Regardless, it doesn't seem like a very long book, which is something that I can get behind. Anyways, all right, on to the next one. Speaking of American history, I have 1776, which all that I know about this book is I put into ChatGPT what are some of the best American history books, the best ride, if you will. And this one was one of the first to come up. It's a winner of a Pulitzer Prize, which that's kind of crazy. But it just highlights everything that happened in 1776 in a really engaging way, apparently. But I got this book for $1 at the flea market in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Check it out. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I know a big chunk of this is about George Washington and what he did in the year of the Declaration of Independence. But other than that, I don't know much. And stay educated, folks. So the next book on my list, number 4, is Red Rising, which, for all you audiobook haters out there, this is actually a book last year I tried to start on Audible. I bought it on Audible, and I just couldn't get into it because the narrator, it was hard for me to understand what the hell he was saying. But this is part of a series. It says trilogy on the back here, but I think there's actually more than that, if I'm not mistaken. And post-apocalyptic, I've heard it compared to The Hunger Games, but better. So this is, I might actually I'll probably read this after Cujo, honestly. I'm trying not to make this only a Stephen King channel. So this is near in my future. Love some post-apocalyptic. Okay, obviously, talked about this last time. I didn't really mention why it was I wanted to read this so much. I guess I kind of did. I just was a huge fan of this miniseries when I was a kid, and after watching Welcome to Derry, it really expanded on the lore. For those who don't know, this is one of Stephen King's best books. It's about a town called Derry and some messed up stuff that happens there to children in particularly. So not to give too much away, but it's about essentially an evil creature who manifests as a clown to these children and does messed up stuff and just terrorizes this town for decades. And there's the town of Derry itself has a pretty traumatic past. So there's so much, I'm a big fan of the movies, big fan of the miniseries, big fan of Welcome to Derry. And there's so much that those don't explore about Pennywise. This will be, I don't know. I want to take, like I said in my last video, I want to take off some other books before I dive into this, but excited to crack. Because it's so long, this might have to be a book that I do partially in physical form and partially in audiobook. Otherwise, I'm worried that I'll abandon ship. Let's see, what do we got? Looks like almost 1,200 pages. So, all right. Those are my physical books that I want to read this year. I do have 2 other books that I own that I'm not sure yet if I want to read the physical copy or if I want to listen to on Audible. The first is H.G. Wells' Time Machine. This is my girlfriend's copy, but she'll allow me to read it, which is nice of her. This is one I'll probably start on Audible, but if the narrator is engaging, I'll go with it. But then if not, I got the physical copy, so I'll give it a shot. So the next book that I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna read or listen to on Audible is this book right here, Shōgun, which is also a beefy boy. I don't know much about this book except that people rant and rave about it. It's was turned into a Hulu series, and oh my God, this is bigger than it. I think this is actually 2 books. I think this is 2 books in one. So I'll probably count them as 2 books. But the 2 books together in this one book is more pages than it. I think, let me read this for a second. Yeah, so all I know about this is it's about an English guy lost at sea, and he wakes up in a place that few Europeans know of, and even fewer have seen. Anyways, the real reason I want to read this is because everyone rants and raves about it, and apparently the series is impeccable. Also, we got this copy for $5 at Comic-Con, which is a hell of a deal. Look at that art. It's not even like a, what do they call that? The protector. It's not the protector thing. It's just like painted on here. It's beautiful. I'm sure it's not painted. I'm sure it's still printed. But anyways, it's great. All right, so those are the physical books that I want to read in 2026. Two of them, these two, TBD. I might split this one up. Little Audible, a little audiobook, a little physical book, you know, just to feel like a studious man. And then, yeah, this one TBD. All right. So number one on my audiobook listens, these are in no particular order, by the way, but the first one is We Are Bob, and I don't know anything about this book, except that, judging by the cover, it takes place in space, probably, and it's narrated by my boy, Ray Porter, who, if you remember from my last video, he narrated Project Hail Mary, and was a huge part of why that's probably now one of my top 5 favorite books. So, going in blind, I know that it takes place in space. We Are Bob, sounds like a funny title. My friend who is an author, he recommended that I should listen to this book soon because of Ray Porter. So, I mean, he's, you know, he knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two. So, it's high on my audio list. Next. Next is a book called Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I know a lot of people who are in the booktube or book talk community are probably tired of hearing this book, but I did not read it, and my brother is a huge fan, and every time I've like tried to look up what it's about, it just seems like kind of insane, so I'm into that. Seems like a fun one that would be a good listen to. Seems like there's a cat that may or may not have superpowers. I don't know. Sometimes, even with TV shows or movies, I don't like to look in too much because I like to be surprised. So, Dungeon Crawler Carl, apparently also great audiobook performance. So I'm trusting my brother, trusting the internet on this one. And yeah, I'll keep you posted. So the next book I'm going to listen to on audiobook is a Blake Crouch book, who, if you remember from my last video, he wrote the Wayward Pines trilogy. It's called Dark Matter. It was turned into a series on Apple. A friend of mine that I work with in the industry, she actually recommended that series to me, and I didn't know it was a book. So during my little book journey here, the last 30 plus days, came across the book, and like Blake Crouch, seems like Dark Matter was a hit on Apple. So I'm invested. Fast, I hear fast, twisty. I know the TV show from the preview I watched was cinematic. Seems to be, you know, multiple worlds, time travel, all that kind of stuff, which I'm a huge fan of. So yeah, Dark Matter on Audible is in my future this year, 2026. My next Audible book, I think, is going to be Pet Sematary. Sometime in 2026. Again, these books are in no particular order. This is what I want to try and to read this year. Pet Sematary, I know, is, said to be one of Stephen King's creepiest books. I have never seen the movie. I don't think. Have I? No, I don't think I've seen the movie. If I did, I don't remember it. Apparently, the actor Michael C. Hall, who plays Dexter in the show Dexter, he is the one who narrates this book, and apparently it just really ups the creep factor. So, Pet Sematary, I think, will be... I'm trying to, when it comes to the Stephen King books, because I own so many, I'm trying to listen to a good amount. I'm trying to read a good amount. As you know, I'm reading Misery right now, and I'm trying to listen to a good amount. So, Pet Sematary will be one that I listen to in 2026 for sure. The last audiobook on my list is called The Secrets of Secrets, which is by a guy named Tom Mueller, I think is how you pronounce his name. I haven't read any of his books. I haven't even seen any of the movies, but if The Secrets of Secrets takes place within the same world as Da Vinci Code, the Tom Hanks movie, and it follows a guy named Robert Langdon. I have a friend named Robert Langdon. We call him Bob. And he's obsessed with these books, and I think it's just probably because he's obsessed with himself, and the main character has the same name as him. He also coincidentally has the same birthday as Tom Hanks, which is kind of funny. This is the newest book in that it's not a trilogy. What's it called if it's multiple books? Baby? Babe? What's it called if it's multiple books? It's not a trilogy, but there's like, say there's like 6 of them. A series. So this is the most recent book to come out in that series, the Robert Langdon series. And apparently it doesn't matter if you start with one or the other, you can just dive right in. So Secrets of Secrets, trying to get into this guy, Tom Mueller's work, is I think where I'm going to start. And then maybe I'll go back and read Da Vinci Code. I don't think I've ever seen the movie either, which is kind of embarrassing to say. So that's my TBR. I think it's 12 books total, split between audio and physical copies. I'm not chasing some perfect reading goal here. You know, I'm just trying to develop a better habit. So yeah, actually on Goodreads, on the app Goodreads, if you're familiar, before the new year, I just wanted to read 12 books this year. And I've already finished, in this year, I've finished 4 books, and I'm currently reading 4, 2 audio, 2 physical. And we'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll readjust how many I think I can read this year. But yeah, let me know what you think, what you guys think about these books in the comments. Let me know if there's like challenges or other authors or whatever that you think I should read or look into. I'm open to any challenges. 24-hour challenges, reading here, reading there. Just let me know. Let me know what you're into. And if you're a former non-reader like myself, stick around. We're figuring this out together. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this channel is going to be a lot more than just reading. Movies, books, interviews with people in the industry, and interesting people all around. So yeah, I think that's it. It's me, your boy, John Myers, over and out.